Hi, welcome to Naptime Nutrition. I'm Yaffi Lvova, registered dietitian, nutritionist, and owner of Baby Bloom Nutrition and Toddler Test Kitchen. So today I want to talk to you about positioning of my camera, serving size and portion size. And I have some fun examples, and I'm going to show you some examples of some boxes, and those boxes have names on them, and I am not promoting or avoiding any of these brands. This is not sponsored, just it's as examples. It's important to have these examples of common foods. So let's talk about it. Serving size. What drives me really crazy, and I'll be upfront with this, about serving size is that it's inconsistent and arbitrary. These things are often made up in order to manipulate the rest of the nutrition label so that the numbers come out all pretty. Okay, so now that I've said that, there are certain foods that have consistent serving sizes. For example, sugar. Every bag of sugar you're going to see at the supermarket is going to have a consistent serving size with the associated nutrition label, which, by the way, if it's just plain white sugar, is going to look identical between products. So there are certain foods that do have a reference range, and that reference range was based on surveys done in the 1970s. So that is obviously very accurate as far as what we're eating now. There has been a lot of research on how portion sizes have increased over the past 10, 20, 30 years. So it really is worth going back and looking at those numbers. But the point of this broadcast is to tell you that serving sizes that are on the side of the box have really no impact in how full you are, how satisfied you are, and how much you're actually going to need to eat in order to get to that satisfied point of your meal. The serving size is considered the size generally served. All right, fine, let's talk about that. A normal serving size for certain cereals is a cup. A cup is roughly the size of an adult fist. And here I'm going to tell you that a serving size for a child really has no bearing on what's on the side of the box. It's the size of their fist, and that's not going to match up with the nutrition facts label because these nutrition facts labels are really created for adults. Okay. Yellow box Cheerios, your standard plain Cheerios, okay? Serving size, 1 cup, size of my fist. This actually says children under 4, it's 3/4 cup. Okay, so now I'm gonna ask you, have you measured your cereal recently? If you poured yourself a bowl of cereal, did you put it on a scale? Did you put it in a measuring cup? Or did you just kind of judge, I think I'm about this hungry and that's how much I'm gonna put in my bowl? That's how most people go about it. Okay, so Cheerios, 1 cup. Here we have grape nuts, really good crunchy crunch cereal. Okay, 1/2 cup. That makes sense because if you know grape nuts, you know that it's very dense. And while Cheerios have a bunch of air in them, grape nuts are very, very dense. And so less is going to be needed to fill you up. 1/2 cup? I don't know, maybe more, maybe less. It depends on the day. There are a lot of factors that go into determining how much we eat at any given meal. It depends on how palatable the food is. How good does it taste? Is this really what you were craving, or are you just trying to grab something and run out the door? How well did you sleep the night before? Did you work out this morning? Did you run a marathon yesterday? All of this goes into how much you're going to eat anytime you sit down. The serving size is arbitrary. It only is there to make the rest of the numbers look however the company wants you to think they should look. Okay, so here's my proof. I held up the regular yellow box Cheerios. So here we have maple Cheerios. Yes, I do have maple Cheerios in my house, and they are tasty. I like to mix them with the regular Cheerios. So again, not sponsored. Here's the thing, same company, they are both name brand Cheerios, but the serving size for this is 3/4 cup. Does the increase in sugar, which this does have more sugar than the other one, does that fill you up more? No, it doesn't fill you up more. You are not going to be more full on 1 cup of regular Cheerios than you are going to be on 3/4 cup. It's not the same. The serving sizes are different because they want the rest of the nutrition label to look a certain way. They want that sugar number to be lower. They want the numbers to be kind of clean. They want the overall carbohydrate number to be lower because right now we're in an anti-carb swing, which, side note, has resulted in an increase in neural tube defects in babies because we're avoiding all these grains. These grains are fortified with nutrients that we need during pregnancy. Yes, you can get those nutrients other ways. And as a clinician, I do encourage my pregnant clients to get those nutrients in other ways. Nevertheless, fortified grains are an important source of these critical nutrients during pregnancy. And because people are pulling back on it, we are seeing an increase in neural tube defects such as spina bifida and other such problems. So back to the point, one kind of Cheerios is 1 cup. Another kind of Cheerios is 3/4 cup. You are not going to be as full with 3/4 cup as you are with 1 cup, okay? And chances are you're not going to be full with 1 cup of cereal anyway. So what else is inconsistent? Cookies. Okay, fine. It makes sense because cookies, different brands are different sizes. They are different densities. So here we have Trader Joe's soft baked peanut butter chocolate chip cookies. And I like these cookies because the first ingredient is actually peanut butter, like quality peanut butter. So you should try those. But the serving size is 1 cookie. If you were to have Oreos, the serving size is 3 cookies. If you were to have some other kind of cookie, it would be different. And sometimes we have half-size serving as well. So for instance, if you have Arizona iced tea, a bottle of Arizona iced tea is 2.5 servings. In what world does that make sense? It doesn't make sense. They're trying to manipulate the numbers in order to manipulate the numbers that come up on the nutrition facts label. So they look a certain way. This is marketing. Certain drinks. Odwalla drinks, okay, coming after you, Odwalla. So some of those drinks are 2 servings per bottle, but the strawberry banana smoothie for the same exact size bottle, it's 1 serving per bottle. Do you need to pay attention? No, you don't really need to pay attention. You need to pay attention to what is appealing to you and having a varied diet, having different types of nutrients in your nutrition intake for the day. And then you need to pay attention to your body. Stop eating when you're satisfied. See, these serving sizes, they are based on outdated information. They're often used as marketing to make the rest of the label look pretty. So you don't need to pay attention to it too much. That's my point. Okay, now we go to restaurants. You go to a restaurant now, you go to Baskin Robbins, you're gonna see that this scoop of ice cream has this many calories. I would bet that if you, with the same service person, weighed each scoop of ice cream, it's going to be slightly different. Okay, fine, so you can say that it's a ballpark. Research has shown that calories posted on restaurant menus are up to 20% off of the actual nutrition content of the food in front of you. Does it matter? No, I would like them to not be listed at all. I would love for those calories to not be listed because it has shown to not have a difference in what people are ordering. And what you should really be looking at, rather than the calories in the food, is looking at how many colors do you have? How can you make your plate more beautiful with more colors? And how can you make it appealing? And how can you be mindful about that experience? How can you eat to satiate your hunger? Eat to enjoy company while you're eating, and stop when you're satisfied. That's really the main point. There's also a difference between serving size and portion size. Portion size is what is actually going to satisfy you. That's your portion. Your serving size is something that was, again, fairly arbitrarily decided at a marketing level based on information taken from surveys taken in the 1970s. So this is my rant on serving sizes, portion sizes. Does it matter? No. What I've been really having fun with lately, and I'll show you this Cheerios box again, is you can see, let's see if I can get this lined up. You can see that you have 2 different columns here. You have, well, 3 different columns here. You have Cheerios, you have with half a cup of skim milk, and then under the age of 4. If you look at certain other products, now you're going to see, here's what you have if you eat 1 serving size. Let's say Oreos is 3 cookies. And the next column is, here's if you eat this entire package. I don't know why this started, but it started pretty recently, and I love looking at it. It's just fun for me. It's like, that's how I geek out. But if you have any questions about serving sizes and portion sizes and what they mean and what they don't mean, feel free to comment and PM me. If you're local, come to Toddler Test Kitchen. I've got one coming up next week at Awesome Toddlers Soft Indoor Playground in Gilbert at Santan Mall. I've got some more dates on the calendar at Create at Arizona Science Center. You can find those at toddlertestkitchen.net. And if you have any questions, comments, any ideas for naptime nutrition segments in the future, please don't hesitate to message me. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you next week right here at this time, Tuesday, Naptime Nutrition, 1:15 p.m. Arizona, which is currently 4:15 p.m. Eastern Time. Thanks, and see you next time.